What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions, and I'm gonna be doing a breakdown on Cory Sandhagen versus Frankie Edgar on this fight card. This is gonna be really, really awesome. The card is actually great. I think UFC Vegas 18. It's gonna be dope. But let's get to the stats, man. Cory Sandhagen comes as the number 2 bantamweight in the world. Frankie comes as the number 4 bantamweight in the world, on the UFC rankings website. So y'all already know. But yeah, Cory comes in 13-2. Fights out of Colorado, age 28, height 5'11", and reaches 70. Frankie 24-8-1. Obviously has one draw. Fights out of New Jersey, age 39, height 5'6", and a reach of 68. So really, it's not a big difference in reach. Really, where the big difference is in height. But Frankie's fought guys that's been way taller than so it's not a big difference. But Cory does have the height advantage and the 2-inch reach advantage. But if we look at Cory Sandhagen's kind of career, he hasn't been in the UFC for a long time, but he has been on fire. Look, I can't hate on him. He has been on fire. Dude, that guy he's been killing it, man. Obviously I saw him. The body shot versus Austin Arnett. That was kind of the first fight. I didn't watch the full fight. I saw the highlight. I was like, oh shit, that shit was that was wild. But really, when I started to really catch wind of Cory was when he fought John Lineker. Obviously, I kind of felt like John won that fight, but it was a really close fight, and Cory, he held his own. And then I guess at that time his most high profile win was against Rafael Assunção in 2019. He did really good in that fight. He took the shots. He kind of got in, Assunção's face. Wasn't scared to be in the pocket with him. His range was awesome. Just the way he switched stances, and even what he was able to do with the takedowns. Like, Assunção was able to pick him up, but on the ground, he did not look like no chump. And then he fights. He was actually supposed to fight right after this was Frankie Edgar, and then it got canceled. I think it was on the Curtis Blades Jr. Dos Santos card. They were supposed to do it on there. But, he fights Aljamain Sterling in kind of like a number 1 contender bout. Ends up losing that one. I predicted that one right. I was so happy when Aljamain got it done because Aljo was legitimately getting screwed, and he was even getting screwed like after this, So I was happy he got it done, but I think he kind of it's kind of weird. Even though I thought I kind of felt like this was going to be a war. I thought it was going to be a lot of scrambles, and I just thought Aljo's grappling would prevail at the end. I think he would get more control time. It'd be a close fight. That's what I thought. But it ended up just being a wash, man. And I kind of felt like Cory got caught in a situation, almost like how someone gets caught by a shot, like to the chin. But he was really dry, and I think he got caught up with Aljamain. And I honestly, I don't want to be a hater, but like if that fight happened 10 out of 10 times, I feel like that's only going to happen once out of the 10. I feel like if they fight 10 times, you could see a whole bunch of different results with those two, man. They match up really well with each other. And then he fights Marlon Moraes. And this one was really pivotal because if Marlon had beat Cory, he would have jumped over Aljo. So Aljo really needed Cory to get that W. And it was kind of crazy. It was really crazy to see that happen. And I picked him. I picked him by 4th round TKO. I picked Cory to get it done. I just thought like Marlon would get tired and stuff like that, and it would weigh on him. But dude, he got him out of there in 2, man. He looked amazing. The wheel kick. He was just having fun in there. Like the way he would attack the body. It's just the length and the reach was really a big problem for Marlon, and the way Cory finished it with that wheel kick was amazing. And it was beautiful. He was like, his orbital bone is broken or something like that. I thought that was kind of funny. He does kind of talk a little. He's a humble guy, but in there he'll talk a little bit with his opponent. So even I seen when I was watching highlights of him, and even his kickboxing days, he'll do that. And the guy is an experienced guy. He does have a few amateur kickboxing titles. So he's been around the circuit. He's done it the right way. I feel like he's done amateur boxing, amateur kickboxing, done jiu-jitsu tournaments. Obviously he didn't. I don't think he has a wrestling background, but I think he was a basketball player. Sorry for the interruption. Computer be jacking up sometimes. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so I feel like he's been around the circuit. He's gotten prepared for this moment. So even though he doesn't have a lot of experience in terms of fights and a lot of fights, but he's done the right things to get prepared to be a high level fighter. I think his other loss is to Jamal Emmers. He's also in the UFC, so no shame in that. Jamal hasn't done the great. I think Jamal is like a featherweight now, so it is what it is. But if we look at Frankie's notable wins, man, the guy has been around for a minute, man. For me, I started noticing Frankie. I think when he first fought BJ, that was the first time. That's why I kind of noticed him. But he's been around for a minute, man. He had the fight with Gray Maynard. He lost that one, but he beat Sean Shirk. And then he gets the bout with BJ Penn. That fight was so close though. That first one, and people kind of was like acting like BJ won. I felt like Frankie won the first one, and and then they had a rematch, and he dominated BJ. Man, it was crazy to see. That was kind of like the fall of BJ Penn, and it was wild to see him do that. And then he has a draw with Gray Maynard, which is insane, bro. That fight was so crazy. Even though like some people feel like Gray should have won that fight, like that was insanity, bro. Like that was just like the epitome of just toughness and grit and never giving up. And then he runs it back with Gray Maynard in the third fight in the trilogy, and he beats the shit out of him, breaks him. He takes a piece of his soul. It's so crazy. Then he has the two Benson Henderson fights. Benson was just long, rangy. It was like at that point, like Frankie's tough, but like eventually size and strength was gonna kick him out of that weight division, and it got him out of there. And the second fight was really close. It was really close, and that, oh my god, that fucking up kick that Frankie ate in that fight was crazy. If y'all remember that was nuts. But then he goes down to 145, ends up fighting Jose Aldo. That was a really close fight. I felt like Jose won, but it was a good fight though. I'll give him that. And then he beats Charles Oliveira. Then he beats BJ Penn a third time, man. Like it was terrible to see that. And then beats Cub Swanson. Just destroys Cub Swanson like fucking neck crank in the 5th round. Beats Uriah Faber when Uriah was trying to come up. Knocks out Chad Mendes in the 1st round. Then he gets his rematch with Aldo. Loses that one. Aldo, I felt like that was more of a dominant performance. Like people don't give Aldo his credit sometimes, man. That guy in my humble opinion, he is the 145 GOAT. I know some people call him Max, but I think it's Aldo. Then he beats Jeremy Stevens, Yair Rodriguez, right? The Yair Rodriguez fight, even in the Jeremy fight, he got hurt. I won't lie, he did get hurt in the Jeremy fight. But Yair, he stopped all that hype, all that talk. Yair has that crazy performance against BJ, and people just yap, and he just took him down and beat him up and gave him a fucking blue eye. No, purple eye, man. He lumped that dude up. And then he fights Brian Ortega, which was so heartbreaking, man. Dude, that knockout Ortega gave him was so devastating, bro. It was so crazy, man. He killed him. And then he runs it back with Cub Swanson, gets it done there. Fights Max Holloway. Max has his way with him, low key. I didn't like that, but it is what it is. Then gets knocked out by fucking Korean Zombie, which was, that one kind of hurt. It hurt my heart, but it is what it is. Ends up fighting Pedro Munoz. I kind of felt like Pedro low key edged it. But he looked, I thought he looked durable at 135, looked good. He got it done. His takedowns looked good. So, I've ran down a lot about, Frankie Edgar. But, I'm going to shock some people, man. I like Cory Sandhagen. That's my boy, man. I picked him. And I've picked against him. So I've been kind of right with him. But Frankie, I'm a bit of a homer when it comes to Frankie. Frankie's my boy. Sometimes I just know he's not going to win fights, but I still pick him. I still believe. Pedro Munoz, so many people were against me when I picked, Frankie to win that fight. And even when he fought Korean Zombie, I picked him. I think I have that video on my channel, if you want to watch it. But that's my boy, man, y'all. That's my boy. So I'm gonna surprise some people. I'm gonna go Frankie Edgar. I got him winning this fight. I think I said 2nd round submission. I think Frankie, he has a similar kind of grind to Aljamain Sterling. Rafael Santos is a good fighter. He's a good grappler. All respect to him, but he's not on the level kind of grind and grit that a guy like Aljamain or even Frankie has, and I think Frankie has a different kind of grit. Frankie lives in these moments. Obviously, he's 39, but Frankie can win this fight. It's just such a, oh my god, it breaks my heart, man. I love Frankie, bro. I love Frankie, and I just have a bad feeling. This is finna blow up in my face, but I'm gonna stick with my boy, saying second round submission by Frankie. Obviously, I just feel like the takedowns, the pace. I just don't think. I haven't seen any knees, like any like body knees from Cory. He's shown a lot of hands. You know, he can throw high kicks. He can throw good body kicks. He's thrown a good wheel kick, but he hasn't done anything to threaten the takedown. He has a lot of acceptance of the takedown. He overreacts to certain takedowns. Like he'll jump up. I don't know if it's just him doing guard play and just trying to, jump for submissions. But he accentuates the takedown. He makes it better. Like I remember Rafael Sanso did, had the high crotch on Cory and then picked him up and slammed him. But it was all Cory that did he added momentum to the takedown, and I feel like he's gonna do that against Frankie. And I think Frankie could get a decision win. I could see that, but I would love if Frankie just gets a finish. Then Frankie's in that title picture, and then he's gonna have to fight Peter Yan, and that's gonna break my heart if he fight. Oh man, I don't want. I'm not even gonna think about that. I'm not even gonna think about if Frankie wins. But obviously Cory can win. Obviously we all see it. If Cory just defends the takedown, I feel like Cory, he could finish Frankie, but most likely I could see him getting a decision. I know he just finished Marlon. And that's another thing, another layer to this. That's Frankie's boy, Marlon, man. That's his boy. I think Marlon was like saying like Frankie's like a father figure to him. And I honestly feel like Frankie might feel some type of way about how the way his guy got finished. He might try to get one back for Marlon against Cory. So that's also something to think about. But I think Frankie gets this done. Second round submission, neck crank. I think he gets it done. That's my boy. Cory could win this fight, but I feel like Cory could win it by decision on points. Defends the takedowns, just uses his jab, attacks the body. Just style and finesse Frankie Edgar in there and get out of there. Like get out of there with a W. He could do that. I could see that happening. Cory's a good fighter. All respect to him. I've just always been impressed with him. But I think we're gonna see. I want to see him, man. We're gonna see this ultimate test. But it is what it is, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow my my Twitter. Don't forget to follow my Instagram. All in the description. All the links are in the description. So if you want to go there, don't forget to click the notification button. Click all my notifications so you will get an alert for my newest video. And yeah, comment, subscribe. I like to interact with you guys. Talk to me and tell me how you really feel. I like to read these comments. And I love y'all and goodbye. See y'all.